Hello, I'm Maryellen Yoe, and this is Losing It. Crunch it up. Just like that. Awesome job, guys. All right, guys, we're going to do one-arm punches. Stay on the right, so you're going to jab to the right. All right? Ready? Go! Not each other. Come on, jab it. 1 minute. Come on, jump it. Those arms up. Come on, Steve. Come on, you can do it. Jab it. Jab it. Come on, come on. Let's go, guys. Working hard. I'll make it count. Come on. Good job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, jab it left. Let's go. Elbows up. Come on. Left. Left. Come on. Come on, come on. Move those legs. Move those legs. Come on, you got it. 15 seconds, guys. We're going to jab to the right again. 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. 30 seconds, guys. We're going to go to a jump rope. Guys, if you don't want to jump, you can do the shuffle. Ladies, I want you to jump. Real boxers jump, though. They do jump rope. Awesome job. Come on. Come on. 10 seconds. Those down. Throw those over there. Just get those out of the way. Grab 2 bags, guys. Go. Come back. Next person's going to go. Push, push, push.
Come on, St. Peter, Steve.
Come on. Sarah, don't let her get you. Come on. Don't let your dad beat you. Come on, let's go. Look at that. Woo! Don't go easy on him, Nancy. You can take it. Go. She can too. Come on. Woo, these guys are doing awesome. Awesome job. Keep going. You got it. Woo, they're angry tonight. 20 seconds. We're going to 3 left and right hook.
Hello and welcome to week 8 of Losing It. My name is Maryellen Yoe and we're moving along rapidly. People are doing phenomenal jobs here, and I must tell you we have a great prize again today. Tonight we have a cookbook from the Biggest Loser, quick and easy. So even Steve, even Mike Sr., you too can cook for your families. So viewers, let's get ready. Week 8 of the weigh-in of Losing It. Thank you. Okay, Nancy, would you like to step up on the scale?
Sure.
Thank you. Last week you weighed in at 234.6. Did you have a good week this week?
I had a very good week this week.
Exercise and food?
Exercise, I did a 3.5-mile trail run in Easton.
Wow, you're doing great. She's running. Corinne, what are you doing to her, huh?
Run.
It's great. It's
She's
great.
a runner now.
I am
She's
a runner.
a runner now?
I became a runner in this challenge.
Good for you. It works, right? We'll see how you did this week. Let's see. Oh, yes. 231.8 viewers. Good for you, Nancy. Good for you. So all together now here, you lost 2.8 this week. And all together, you've lost 24.6 pounds, Nancy.
Yay.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you're in the running for the prize this week, too.
I don't know. We'll see.
Thank you, Nancy. Thanks. Okay, next on the scale is Lisa. Lisa, how do you think you did this week?
I think I did great this week.
You're on the money, your food, you're exercising, you feel good, you look good?
I also did the run.
You did the run too?
Shining
Oh,
star,
good.
5K.
Yeah, you are a shining star. We think you are.
I didn't think I was going to fit into my
5K. But you do, yeah. Oh, it's looking better and better. Last week you weighed in at 273. So viewers, let's see how Lisa did this week here. Ooh, 269.4. Good for you. So again, viewers, yes, they're losing it. 3.6 this week. Congratulations, Lisa. Keep running. Total 22.8. Thank you. Good for you, Lisa. Keep it up. It's running, right? See, Corinne? Corinne is a battle. Last week you weighed in at 370.4. How'd you do this week, Steve?
Well, had a private party at the club.
Oh, so what does that mean? Wait, this is a rated G.
Yeah,
G?
well, Karen Tripp graduated. A friend of mine graduated from college after all these years, and they had a party, and they had.
But you worked it.
They had
Oh,
lasagna.
did you have a sliver?
Was it the vegetable lasagna?
Oh yeah.
Corinne, I think
all
not,
I
right?
ate.
It's all, that's good.
The fake
what's-
sausage?
Oh, fake sausage, why bother?
real
It was
stuff.
real. So a little, but you ran, did you run or exercise or you walked? What did you do this week,
I
Steve?
walked, and I have to thank Corinne for going the whole way with me, and all the people that were there at the end cheering me on.
Oh, isn't he a nice guy?
They did it. I felt like a fool for walking when they all ran and did so good, but
You did awesome. You had really touched the fence. I have pictures.
Oh, you did it. Oh, good. So you can eat a little lasagna as long as you continue to walk like that. A little. Oh, Corinne saying no. Let me withdraw and rephrase. No more lasagna.
I
No
just
more.
want to make sure I touched the fence with my hand.
Oh, well.
That's what we thought.
We didn't think it was your nose, Pinocchio. Let me see. This week you're weighing in at 367.2, so you lost. Yay, Steve. Altogether,
Good deal.
you lost altogether 38.4 pounds, Steve. But this week you lost 3.2.
I still think somebody's going to beat my.
No, well, it might be me if you continue, or Corinne. I don't know. No more lasagna. Okay, viewers, next on the scale is Christy. How you doing, Christy? Did you have a good week this week?
I had a good week. I showed up for all the workouts. I did the 5K. I
Oh, good
walked
for you.
most of it, but I did have some spurts of running in there, and it was the first ever marathon 5K thing I've ever done.
Oh, good for you.
I'm
Kudos
proud
to you.
of that, and I'm doing good with the exercising, and I'm feeling really good about the exercising.
And how about your food?
Not so good.
Not so good there.
Not so good.
One or the
I'm
other.
having a really hard time. It's not like I'm eating Burger King or McDonald's or anything, but just the little things that I'm
Snacking, you mean? Is it just...
Well, for example, like after the 5K, I came home, I made a nice sandwich on program, I shared it with my son. It was gone in 4 minutes, I was still hungry. I figured I only ate half of it because I shared it with my 2-year-old, so I made another one. You know, little things.
Oh,
like
little things like that.
like
and then you
that,
just...
that-
Are you writing it down, too? Just kind of
No,
Corinne.
I
Oh,
haven't been
Corinne.
writing it down.
She
I've
hasn't
been
been writing anything down in like 12 days now. So.
But it's a lifestyle change that I have to make, and it's not gonna all come off in a week or even the 10 weeks. So I have to look at the big goal and stop, woulda, coulda, shoulda, and then just focus on this week.
This week, today. We just worry about today. Let's see. Last week you weighed in at 241.8. This week, 242.8. Sorry, Christy, you went up 1 pound. Sorry, I know. Oh, but altogether you've lost 13.6 pounds. So that's pretty good, Christy.
it's a good
Overall,
jump
it's pretty
start,
good. So, Maybe now listen to Corinne and write down your food. Now going down. Our next contestant is Cheryl. Cheryl, look at Cheryl looks happy, viewers. She's just glowing. Last week you weighed in at 204.6. Did you have a good week?
I did, yep.
What did you do? Did you run the race? Did you eat well?
I listened to Nancy last week and started recording my food again.
Oh, Nancy. So she's becoming Corinne too. Do we have to watch out for Nancy? She's becoming the next. Thank you, Nancy, because it looks like it's worked because it's 196.6. So she's in Wonderland. I just learned a new phrase. Good for you. Congratulations. So you've lost 8 pounds and 34.4 altogether. Good for you. Good for you, Cheryl. Keep it up. Okay, viewers, next contestant here we have Mike Sr. How you doing, Mike? You look very happy this week.
Very happy. Always happy.
Always happy? Last week you weighed in at 265. How'd you do this week with your eating and your...
I cut down on the food and I exercised a lot.
Oh, good for you. Let's see what it says here. Oh, yes, it shows 261.2. So you lost 3.8 pounds, viewers. 3.8 and a total of 20.6 pounds. Can you feel it? Do you feel it? You look at, yeah, you're happy. You look great. Good for you, Mike Sr. He's in the running here. Okay, viewers, next we have Mike Jr. on the scale. How do you think you did this week, Mike Jr.? Last week you weighed in at 256.2.
Yeah, no, I did pretty bad this week.
What happened?
I had too much fun a couple days into the week. Too much fun.
Too much fun. Did you exercise too much too, or just had too much fun?
I probably didn't exercise
enough. Because you ate. You talking about the fun was overeating, or just eating wrong things, or
eating and drinking wrong
Oh,
things.
eating, drinking. Okay.
And why was that?
Because.
Was there a special occasion? Was there a special
Was it your birthday? Was it your wife's birthday? Was it?
No special occasion.
No, so he just was. Oh, let's not beat him up.
There were a couple friends, you know.
Why are you taking on a Thursday?
Why not?
Why not? Says Mikey. Okay, viewers, we're going to move on here. So, Mikey, you went up 1.4 pounds. But total, you have lost 10.8 pounds. So you're still doing great, but you got to stop going out to eat and no drinking.
No. I need to have fun.
Right? Corinne is going to have fun. No, this is fun. You got to work it out more, sweat more. Oh, well, better luck next week, maybe.
No problem.
So everybody, no surprise this week, I think. Cheryl, you have won again with viewers. She has lost 4.07% of her body weight this week. And good for you, Cheryl. Congratulations. You're just kicking butt this week here.
Thank you very much.
Good for you. Keep it up. Stay running. Hello, viewers, and welcome back to Losing It. My name is Maryellen Yoe, and I'm here with the special guest, Dr. Julia Edelman, who's here to talk about weight loss and health and exercise and attitude, a culmination of all the topics that are important for successful weight loss programs. So thank you for joining us, Dr. Edelman. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for having me, Maryellen. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, are we ready to start?
Yes.
Let's start. Can you tell us, how'd you get into the medical field? Is it everyone's dream to become a doctor? And you did. Congratulations. So where'd you go to college? And tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I grew up with a mom who was a pediatrician, so I actually worked in a medical office since I was 8. And then I went to Yale University in Connecticut.
Not bad. Was that your undergrad?
I did a lot of homework, yes.
A lot of
homework,
homework.
And while I was there, I edited a Yale Health Plan newsletter, which went to all the undergraduates and the graduate students and the professors and everybody who worked there, all the employees. So I got interested in writing as well. And then I was in New York City. I went to Columbia Medical School, and that's where I got interested in women's health in particular. And I also learned that I liked surgery when I was there. And then I came up to Boston and trained at Brigham and Women's Hospital, where I learned the specialty of obstetrics and gynecology. And then I was at Mount Auburn briefly before I came down to the Taunton and Middleborough area, where I've been for over 25 years now.
Wow, good for you. Sounds kind of eclectic there, your background, Dr. Edelman.
Yes.
Huh? And now you're in Taunton. Good for you. Good for us, I guess. It benefits us.
Well, I enjoy being here. It's a very nice community.
It is. We have great facilities around
Me
here.
too.
So.
It's very nice people.
So let's get to it. Shall we get to losing it? What's the importance, as we age, you know, we put on weight, what's the importance of keeping fit as we grow older? And I'm not just referring to women, but to men also.
Well, for men and women, a lot of times people attribute things to aging that are actually related to their lifestyle and their health. So that those individuals that are able to keep fit and active and in a healthier weight range actually feel younger and more energetic than their counterparts who might have excess weight that they're battling or have other medical illnesses. And we've actually learned that people have illnesses that are related to their weight. Now, certainly you can have a slender person who has high blood pressure because of a kidney problem or heredity or something like that. But it's much more common for individuals to have high blood pressure if they're overweight. It's also more common for them to have trouble with their knees from arthritis because of the extra load on their joints. It's more common for men and women to have trouble with sleep. Sometimes the airway gets blocked off, and so they're snoring or not sleeping through the night, and then they wake up exhausted, and then they feel old.
Oh, then you get old because you're tired. You always get,
tired
my God,
all the time. But it's not because of your age, it's because of these other things that can be addressed.
Okay, can we start with blood pressure first?
Sure.
So I actually was speaking to someone today who's 50, and I was surprised that he plays hockey, and he's on blood pressure medicine, and he skates a couple times. So can you just talk about that and how blood pressure relates to weight loss, even a little bit of weight loss with that?
Sure. So part of blood pressure is heredity. Some people have parents or, excuse me, older siblings who have high blood pressure, or they have something going on with their kidney that causes them to have blood pressure. But there are also lifestyle factors. So those of us that have more salt in our diet are going to have higher blood pressure. Those of us who are carrying extra weight are more likely to have high blood pressure. So those are two of the factors. And even certain medications, certain antihistamines, even over-the-counter medications can, like common pain relievers, ibuprofen, things like that, can up someone's blood pressure, as can stress.
Sorry.
No problem.
Do you have to take them every day for it to impact your blood pressure? To just take
it depends on
like
the person.
I mean,
some people can see higher blood pressure with short-term use, so it is something to
So viewers,
watch
pay
for.
attention to that, because if someone's taking that medication every day, maybe that could just be an adjustment that needs to eliminate the high blood pressure or the blood pressure medication.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's good to know.
And then people who exercise regularly are less likely to have high blood pressure, and those who are not carrying excess weight are less likely to have high blood pressure. And they do find, as you were starting to say, that if you lose even a smaller amount of weight, your blood pressure may start to go towards normal. I mean, it may not be completely normal. You may still have to take some medications, but you might be able to take lower doses of medications as you lose weight and get healthier and exercise more, or you may need fewer medications. Some people need more than one medication to control their blood pressure.
And blood pressure, I wonder if everybody knows their blood pressure. I don't know if I read it or heard it, that the blood pressure, the top number is about 3 times your age and the bottom number is twice your age. Is that
that one I hadn't heard.
Oh, you haven't?
So that one
probably not true.
It could be true. I'm not sure about that one. I have to look into that. But blood pressure is a risk factor for other kinds of heart disease. So if someone has blood pressure, whether it's a man or a woman, that's considered one important factor as a risk factor for heart disease. So that's why physicians like to treat blood pressure, because we don't want untreated blood pressure to lead to other kinds of heart disease. The heart has to work much harder to pump oxygen and blood to the body if the blood pressure is high.
Right, and especially carrying extra weight. What about joint pain? I mean, what about your ankles or your knees or your hips? Is that affected?
Absolutely. So if you're carrying extra weight, it's a lot of extra stress on your joints, your hips, your knees, your feet. But also, if you're carrying extra weight, they think there's more inflammation in your body. So when you cut yourself and you see some swelling, it gets a little harder and it gets a little swollen. That's a sign of inflammation. So it gets red and swollen. But in your body, you can have inflammation even if there's no cut or healing, but you have a lot of cells and swelling, and that can happen when someone's overweight. They find that there's more inflammation, and that inflammation can affect the joints also. And it's not healthy, and it can also put you at higher risk for heart disease. So weight is definitely related to joint pain. And I know my patients who have been successful in losing weight do find their joint pain is much better.
Oh, so
and sometimes it goes away.
There's another incentive to lose some weight.
Yes.
Because if you wake up with constant
Yes.
throbbing or whatever pain you may have.
Yes.
So just a little bit
Less
of
wear and
exercise.
tear on the joints.
But isn't that that's kind of an irony, I guess, is that if your joints are sore because you're overweight, and then wouldn't you think that walking or jogging or something would agitate that?
Well, that's a really good point. People who have extra weight and are motivated to exercise might choose different exercises if their joints hurt. So what can they choose? Well, there are recumbent bikes where you sit, like we're sitting now, with your legs out in front of you, and those put less stress on your joints because you're sitting comfortably with a back on your chair and your legs are out. So that doesn't bother a lot of people. Some people find that elliptical machines don't bother their joints because it's a smoother motion, but that's individual. Some people find that if they do exercise in the water, that's relaxing because, for example, aqua jogging, which I believe they have at the Taunton Y and other places in Taunton that might have indoor pools, they can put a float around your waist so you don't have to be able to swim. And for women who don't like to get their hair wet, you don't have to get your hair wet. You can just go in the water with a float, and you don't have to wear a bathing suit. You can wear jogging shorts or something like that. And you can go in the water and then do some form of a kicking motion. Usually they play music. So you can do a bicycle kick or a frog kick or a flutter kick. But you're moving your body, but there's no stress on your joints, no stress on your ankles, feet, hips, or knees. So that's a nice method to choose. Then depending on the person, aqua aerobics could work. But those are a few examples of exercises that wouldn't hurt the joints. And then depending on the skill of the person and the skill of the instructor, something like yoga or Tai Chi or Pilates, as long as it's modified for that person and it's not stressing their joints, that could work nicely also.
So there are plenty of alternatives. There
are.
are plenty of that. And that's a good idea, the aqua aerobics,
Yeah,
the
the
Pilates,
aqua's
the
nice.
yoga. I like that one. Those. Pardon me? Steve, here we go, right, Nancy? Good luck, Nancy. We have some contestants with us, 2 viewers. Let's get back to sleep apnea and the effect that that has. I know a few people who suffer from that. Could you address that?
Yeah. So some men and women have sleep apnea, which is basically you stop breathing at night. And sometimes it's snoring is a marker. Someone might be snoring if their airway is starting to get closed off. And it can happen even in thin people. So people who are carrying extra weight are not the only ones who get it. We used to think that that was the case, but now we've learned that even women who get into midlife, their muscles might get a little looser and they might suffer from sleep apnea also. But those people who gain weight or who have extra weight that they're dealing with are definitely at higher risk for sleep apnea, and their airways may close off during the night.
Is that because, excuse me, for things swollen up there too?
Well, it could be different reasons. There could be more pressure on the airway. There's a variety of different reasons that it might happen. But it's definitely more common, and it is more common in people with bigger neck, bigger build in their neck, right? Bigger collar size for men and bigger necks in women, but it can happen in slender women, for example, who have a very narrow jaw. The space might get closed off. So there are sleep experts. We have some excellent sleep experts at Morton Hospital right here in Taunton, and they can evaluate people. They do a consultation first, and they talk to the person. It can also happen if people have a deviated nasal septum, they can't breathe easily through their nose. There's a variety of things that can influence it. Sometimes the tonsils get in the way. If someone still has their tonsils and adenoids, they can get in the way. There's a variety of things. But there are different treatments for it. Sometimes someone can wear a mouth guard and that protects the airway. And other times there is a machine that puts air pressure in the airway at night so that it stays open. And there's various ways that can be fitted to make someone comfortable. They find that when the person who's carrying the extra weight loses the weight, sometimes the sleep apnea goes away. So that's a nice benefit too. But the other piece of it is that individuals who suffer from sleep apnea have trouble losing weight. So what happens is when you are not sleeping well at night, instead of resting and going into deep sleep, your stress hormone, cortisol, goes up. And if you're stressed, you're not resting. And that stress hormone going up throws off your natural appetite clues. So instead of your body saying, yes, you're full now, you don't need to eat more, it won't tell you that. It'll tell you you're not full when you are. And at the same time, it'll tell you you're hungry when you're not. So we have these new substances, ghrelin and leptin. Leptin's made in the body's fat and ghrelin's made in the stomach. And usually they're in charge of telling us when we're full and when we're hungry, but they get totally confused when you don't sleep. And so they actually give you the wrong message. So some people who sleep poorly have to battle that. So that's why it's really important if someone has a sleep disorder and they are trying to lose weight, that they get that addressed, because it's going to help them lose weight if they sleep better.
How would you know if you had sleep apnea?
Well, you'd consult a sleep expert, and they would do a consultation, do a careful history and a physical exam, and then possibly a sleep study where they actually observe you while you're sleeping.
If you have a clue, or if you wake up tired.
If you wake up tired and you snore, those are a couple of reasons. And there are other reasons that people don't sleep well. For example, when I grew up, a cup of coffee was this size. Now a cup of coffee is often this size.
Extra, 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 jumbo, turbo,
right.
Pump it up, right?
And it takes about 6 hours for a normal person to clear half the caffeine. In a
6 hours?
6 hours. So, for example, if someone has a couple of large coffees, they could have as much as 400 milligrams of caffeine in their system. And then 6 hours later, they have 200 milligrams. And 6 hours after that, they have 100. So all night, they're never getting into deep sleep. So even if they don't have sleep apnea, they're not sleeping well, they wake up tired. And then their appetite controls are also going to be disturbed. So it doesn't always have to be an issue of sleep apnea. Sometimes a person could have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, and it's because they've had more caffeine than their body can unload, or else maybe they've had a glass of wine or a beer or an alcoholic drink, mixed drink, and those also take away your deep sleep. So when you have those, they make you more relaxed so you can fall asleep more readily, but then you can't get into the deep layer of sleep. So again, you'd wake up tired, and again, your appetite signals might be totally off.
So you stress it, right?
Right.
Okay. So we did approach diabetes. Does obesity trigger diabetes?
It's much more common to develop diabetes if you're overweight. Some slender or normal weight people do develop it, but it's extremely common if you're carrying excess weight. And sometimes, if the weight is removed, then the diabetes can go away. I mean, there are people who no longer need to take insulin or who no longer need to take medications by mouth after they return to a normal weight or a healthy weight for them.
I mean, we hear about diabetes and, oh, well, it's sedentary lifestyle and obesity.
Yes,
and
exactly. Sedentary lifestyle and more calories than you can burn off. Yeah.
So now what if I decide to switch to this healthy lifestyle? I'm going to get fit and trim. Is my blood pressure, is everything going to significantly reduce if I start eating the vegetables and the salads and the protein and I start exercising, even a little bit of exercise? I don't have to run a half marathon.
You certainly
or
don't, and you probably don't want to yet,
no.
Until you build up. But yes, they have shown that, there are many researchers have shown that if you do lose the weight, the blood pressure improves and the pain on the joints improves, sleep apnea, if it's present, will get better. There's a lower risk of heart disease, and people feel much better. But it is very, very hard to do. And traditionally we think of the physical activity piece, some kind of exercise. So as you were saying, Maryellen, we're not totally sedentary. And there's some kind of nutrition piece. Sometimes patients come in and say, oh, I'll just go on a diet or I won't exercise, or I'll just exercise, I won't go on a diet. But for most adults, there needs to be both components, some kind of healthy nutrition modification, both portion sizes and how often you eat, and make sure you get the different food groups in healthy amounts. And there needs to be some kind of physical activity, because if you remain totally sedentary, even if you do a great nutrition program, it's unlikely as an adult you'll be able to lose weight, unless you're an extremely young adult, but even then it might be hard. But the third piece of the puzzle, I think, that we're becoming more aware of in the medical profession is, it's not really a good name for it, you could call it a behavioral piece or the mental outlook piece, and I think that's really a huge piece. And I think your show here, Losing It, is one example of that. I mean, I haven't had the privilege of seeing much of the show, but I mean, as far as I can tell just from meeting your contestants here and talking to you, they're getting support, they're getting accountability. You know, you come, you know that you're going to be talking about it, and so if something slips, you know that you're going to be, you know, it's not just going to be, you can't just forget about it. And so I think that is really important, is some kind of group support or family support.
Do you think it has to do with your attitude and your commitment? I mean, these contestants, Dr. Edelman, are very committed.
Yes.
I mean, they're committed 5 days a week, their food, their exercise.
Yes, it's wonderful.
I mean, Corinne, the trainer, is just brutal on them. And
it's wonderful.
But to have that support, and they have to have it up here, too, that they must have had something that just, I'm sick of it, I need to change, I need to take care of myself now. It's indicative of my future, really, is what kind of health I'll be there.
But I think changing habits is really, really difficult. I think I find it difficult. Doctors don't get special passes. I mean, we know what we're supposed to do, but we don't find it more easy to do it, I don't think, most of us. And so I think all of us need support as we try to change our behaviors, change our habits, which is always difficult, change our environment so it's easier to do what we are trying to do, and that sort of thing. And I think the self-talk that we do, you know, what do we say to ourselves when we make a mistake? That's really important. You say, oh, gee, you know, I had this piece of cake and 2 cookies, forget it for this week? Or do you say, it's okay, once in a while I'm going to have a cake and a couple of cookies, and I'll have a lighter supper.
To even change it like that, to say, I'll have one Saturday, or I'll have a piece of candy on Saturday, just doing that. I did like you alluded to prescriptions, too. So as I get healthier, do you think my co-pays and my amount of prescriptions will decrease too? Absolutely. So it's another added benefit?
Absolutely.
So I can buy the new sneakers, or the new bathing suit, or the new pair of pants, or whatever.
Right. I think you'll have more spending money. And but I think too, we're learning that there is a hereditary component to the weight, its environment and its habits, you know, its exercise, its nutrition, and it's all those things. But there is also a hereditary component. You know, were your parents heavy? But even within families, I know, even in my family, I mean, most of us are in the medical profession and we're health-minded, but some of us are bigger than others. I mean, I have a brother who's very naturally lean. And I have a brother who's very close to him in age that's very naturally large. And they were always like that since they were kids. And we ate the same food. We had fairly healthy food.
So it's predisposed?
There's some predisposition. Some people have more fat cells. Some people's fat cells are bigger. And so that combined with the environment can be an issue. But that doesn't mean that those people can't lose weight and get healthy. They can, but it might be harder for them. So my spouse, for example, very lean. Everybody in his family, they're all lean with beautiful muscles. So if they start eating healthy, they lose weight. First of all, they don't usually need to lose weight, but if they do it much more quickly, whereas people who don't have that background are going to have more of a challenge. But it doesn't mean they can't do it, but they're going to have to be more careful probably.
So when I start eating right, exercising, change my attitude, just make minor substitutions, how many years will be added onto my life? Is there any indication of that?
It depends on where you start. But I would say another thing would be that we are learning is not to set your goal too high. In other words, some people would say, oh my God, I have to lose 100 pounds. Well, that's just overwhelming. And we're learning that that isn't necessary. So even if someone says, I'm just going to lose 5%. So let's say someone is 200 pounds, for example. So 10% of their weight would be 20 pounds, 5% would be 10 pounds. That's important.
That's reasonable.
So if they say, okay, my initial goal is to lose 10 pounds, and then I'm going to maintain that, and then I'm going to see what I want to do from there. There's nothing wrong with that. And so we're learning that that can be very realistic. And it doesn't have to happen in a certain time frame. I think that's the other thing people do, is sometimes put pressure on themselves. They want it all done immediately, which of course I'd like to do too. I mean, we all would. But slower is better, because your body can adjust and you can make those changes and make them part of your life, as opposed to trying to do things that you haven't really thought about and then you just say, oh, the heck with it. It's too much.
Give up on it, get frustrated. So where can I find healthy guidelines? Where can I look?
Okay. I think Kim, the producer, took a website. The government has some websites with some really good guidelines, and professional nutritionists are really helpful. A lot of physicians have good guidelines in their office.
Can we Google your website here?
Yes. On the website, I had written a book about women's health recently, and I do have some websites in there that you can just go straight. You can click on them from going to the general website. There's information about the sleep changes that we talked about and the nutrition. One simple thing that everybody can do that's free is to just write down everything you eat, because they've learned that all of us, including nutritionists and physicians and healthcare providers of all stripes, most of us forget a lot of things that we put in our mouth. We have selective recall.
It doesn't count if you just...
Well, even if we thought it counted, we have selective recall. It's just human nature. And so if you commit to writing down everything you're eating, either right before you eat it or right after, without even committing to change it initially, you can learn a lot about what's going in your body. And
just
you can
become
do
aware of the calories and the empty calories.
Exactly.
And when, maybe even when you eat it.
Exactly. And what circumstances. And you can do the same thing with activity. You can look at what you're doing so you can show yourself what changes you're making and see what works for you.
That's great. So any closing remarks? We're about ready to wrap it up with Dr. Julie Edelman.
Well, I would say set realistic small goals rather than looking at the long range, because that can be very overwhelming. And don't minimize the effect of very small goals on your health. Because you can feel better, you'll be able to feel them in your body, and they will help your health. And you can go in small increments and make a great deal of progress.
Sleep better, live better, breathe better, walk better, decrease the prescription cost.
And feel less old.
Feel less old. Feel younger, Dr.
Feel younger.
Great.
Good point.
Well, thank you so much. It was
thank you for having me. It was
really,
a pleasure.
I learned a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Maryellen.
And again, this is Losing It, and I'm Maryellen Yoe, and thank you, and stay tuned for our next segment.
Oh, I wish I did a little bit better. I mean, getting physically fit is fun. I wish I watched my diet a little bit better, and so I could have lost a little more weight. But other than that, it's fun.
I think I did okay with the challenge. Probably could have watched my diet a little bit more. I exercised a good amount, but I could have been a little bit more strict with my food.
I would have liked to have done better. I was hoping to lose like around 30 pounds, and I'm only about not even half that, so didn't go as well as I wanted it to, but it was definitely a starting point for me, because I'm getting used to being active now, and I'm getting used to what foods are healthier options, and I'm starting to, follow that a little bit more and more. So I think it's a good place for me to start, and I've got a long way to go, and I'm glad that this was a nice springboard for me.
I think I'm doing really well. I'm hoping I'm right up there. They say we're into double digits of percentage of body fat, so I'm doing much better now than I did at the beginning. As you can see, I'm sweating.
I think I did really good during this challenge. I've lost about 25 pounds, which is really good since I've been doing it for a year. It's coming off a little slower than I want it to. But I keep persevering and make the exercise classes and the workouts and watching what I'm eating. So I think I'm doing really good.
I think I did really good. I'm proud of myself. I'm happy with what I've done. I may have cheated a little bit along the way, but so far I've lost 22.5 pounds, and I think that's really good. And I think that my body is starting to want to lose the weight. I've been drinking more green tea and stuff, so I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And I'm gonna do the next challenge. So the real hard part is gonna be the interim between 2 challenges.
I think I did worse than Cheryl. I think I did good. I think, like I said, I was hoping for 50 pounds, but if I get to 40, that's good, and maybe with some luck, we'll have another series.
That I actually can jog like a half a mile without stopping. To me, that's big. I mean, I want to continue it when the challenge is over, jogging on my own, which as I got older, I couldn't do.
I guess the biggest thing is that I got to do things I normally wouldn't get to do, like the 5K we did at the Borderland State Park. That was a lot of fun. And the corn maze, I've never done one before. So it's a nice, different activities, get a nice workout in as well. It's a nice atmosphere.
Biggest thing I got out of being in the 10-week challenge was being able to see my sister every day, because I never usually see her. She's so busy with the gym that, you know, and I'm so busy with my life that we just never see each other. So I liked being able to spend time with my sister. And I liked the camaraderie of being with other people that were also losing weight and sharing the same goals as me. So I liked the group atmosphere as well.
I think the biggest thing that I got out of the challenge was learning how to eat again, watching portions, knowing the right kinds of foods to eat, and just getting my butt out there and exercising again. My family's doing it with me, and it's just the best thing that has happened to us lately.
The biggest thing I got out of this 10-week challenge was that I became a runner. I'm able to run a 5K, 5 miles. I'm just amazing myself. A year ago I couldn't run telephone pole to telephone pole, and now I'm like running 5 miles nonstop. May not be real fast, but I'm doing it.
Biggest thing I think is I think exercising. Exercising is the biggest thing because that's really what I needed. I can slack a little bit on the food, but as long as I keep the exercise going, keep the stamina going, then I'll be good. And I like working with all the people, you know. It's sort of a combination. It all sort of works together. When you get the food going and the people you come to the gym and you work out and you're feeling better about yourself, it all makes you feel better.
Realizing how much I love any food other than chicken and lettuce. Losing lots of weight and you know, feeling good, realizing that I can do it. And you know, you people out there who might think it's hard, and it's definitely hard, you can do it too.
I believe that this challenge is really successful because it adds an accountability. The challengers get really close to each other. They're more like family. They look out for each other. They cheer each other on. Even though there's been prizes involved, they've all been encouraging each other and you know, really happy when someone has a really good week and really disappointed when someone has a bad week. So I think having more of like a family atmosphere for them, and they get really close and they really encourage each other, I think that definitely helps. I think having, I've noticed, you know, having the challenges do the workouts together has really helped as far as their intensity. It's easier for me actually, to keep an eye on everyone to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they seem to work harder when they're actually working at the same time as opposed to having to split them up. I keep an eye on their diets. I don't tell them what to eat, but I have them follow the Lose It app, and they record their meals for the day, and it keeps a running tally of their calories and how many calories that they should be eating, you know, based on what they want to lose and based on where they're starting and their age and all that. It takes that into consideration. And you know, every day I'm on there checking that, making sure that they're following through and that they're recording their food. And if they don't, they get an email from me telling them, what are you doing? Why aren't you recording? So following through with that, making sure that they're paying attention to that, because that's an important part. That's, you know, once they leave the doors and they go outside, you know, they're on their own. So, you know, keeping an eye on that, I think, helps them too.
Hello viewers, and welcome to week 9 of Losing It. I'm Maryellen Yoe. The competition is getting fierce. We're in week 9, and I would like to demonstrate our new prize this week for the one who loses the most percentage of body fat is compliments of Green Mountain. We all love coffee. So good luck, all the contestants. This is week 9 of Losing It. Stay tuned. Okay, viewers, our first contestant tonight, of week 9 of Losing It, is Mikey Jr. Let's see how Mikey Jr. did through Thanksgiving here. How'd it go, Mike?
It was good.
It was
good. I didn't eat as much as I normally do on Thanksgiving.
Did you leave things out? Did you just take a little bit? What was your strategy?
I didn't really eat a lot of the desserts.
The desserts, you didn't eat a
usually
lot.
kills me every year.
So Corinne just reamed that home with you. Last week you weighed in at 257.6. Oh, today 255.6. You dropped 2, Mikey Jr. He dropped 2 on Thanksgiving. That's pretty good. So in total, you lost 12.8 pounds. So see, viewers, you could do it during Thanksgiving. Good for you, Mikey. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, viewers, contestant number 2 is Nancy. How'd you do this week, Nancy? It's nice to see you good. You did good through Thanksgiving? No pies, no mashed potatoes? No?
I just ate the apple pie filling, not the crust.
Okay, that's a good strategy. Is that a Corinne suggestion?
It was small and a lot of turkey.
A lot of turkey. Good for you. Let's see how you did. Last week you were 231.8. Oh, good. Tonight you did lose 230.
Yay.
So you dropped 1.8. So total is 26.4. So Nancy, you're doing well for Thanksgiving and everything. Good for you.
Thank you.
Corinne, it's off to a good start this week. Okay, viewers, now we're up to contestant number 3 for Losing It is Christy in week 9. Christy, how was Thanksgiving for you?
You know, it's becoming one of my favorite holidays.
Why?
Because of the food.
Oh, because of the But you have a different strategy now from Corinne, right? You have a different strategy?
I had Weight Watcher pumpkin pie that I had.
Oh, that's good.
And I, stayed away from, had no stuffing whatsoever and really limited the mashed potatoes and the carbs and stuck more to the turkey and the vegetables.
Well, let's see how you did. You ready? Last week you weighed in at 242.8. Wow, you did great this week. 235.8. You dropped, oh my God, 7 pounds. That's excellent. So totally, you've lost 20.6 pounds. Good for you. That's excellent. For Thanksgiving, 7 pounds. That's a miracle. Okay, viewers, our next contestant here is Lisa. Lisa, we know it was Thanksgiving. How did you do this week?
I didn't do very good this week.
You mean the eating? You mean both of them, the exercise and the food? Or?
The food, but I was at Martha's Vineyard, so there was 2 days when I didn't work out, and then the Sunday that I didn't work out.
Oh boy!
I actually did work out on Thanksgiving. I did go for a run, so.
We had a nice little vacation down there anyway. Let's see how you did. Last week you weighed in at 269.4. Up this week 271.4. You put on 2 pounds, Lisa. But totally you've lost 20.8 pounds.
My first weekend.
The first weekend. Oh, that's a bummer, huh? Week 9. Well, that's good. Not a bad record. 1 out of 9. Not bad. And it was Thanksgiving, and you were way out of your element.
I'll make up for it.
You'll make up for it. We have a few more days left.
2 days.
Drop it.
She can do it, right, Corinne?
I can do it.
Okay, viewers, our next contestant here is Cheryl. Cheryl, you've been having phenomenal success. I must say that you're doing really well here. We're all very proud of you. Did you have a good week this week, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
How was the food? Did the food tempt you too much?
I ate everything I wanted at Thanksgiving. I took little portions of each. Even I ate the stuffing too and everything.
And gravy, but you had little you just.
I didn't have any desserts, except I did what Nancy did. I pulled the apples out of the pie.
Oh, and that's where there are fewer calories in the stuffing. That's great, though. That's great. Let's see how you did. Last week you were 196.6. This week, wow, you lost 191.8. You lost a total of 4.8 pounds. Wow, viewers. So totally, you've lost 39.2 pounds. 39.2 pounds. That is just tremendous. What an inspiration you are. Good for you. I know you look happy. I know you look wonderful. Good for you. Okay, our next contestant is Mike Sr. Mike Sr. How did you do during Thanksgiving here? Did you have a good week? What was hard specifically?
Watching the people eat desserts.
All the desserts kill you too, huh? Your family members bake, and are they baked? Did you have anything? Did you have a little taste, or just no?
Very little taste.
Oh, what discipline you have! Oh, you're losing it.
Yeah, I gotta lose something.
You gotta lose it.
Yep.
Let's see. Last week you weighed in at 261.2. Oh, you did well this week. 258.4. You lost 1.8 pounds. Yay! So totally, Mike Sr. has lost 22.4 pounds. Good for you. Yeah, that's pretty good for Thanksgiving. Yeah, everybody's doing. Good job. Okay, viewers, our next contestant is Jim. Jim, how'd you survive Thanksgiving? Any strategies? What did you do?
I chowed down.
You chowed down?
I most certainly did.
Did you want a minute?
It's my favorite meal of the year. It's my favorite meal, period. So, yeah, I ate, just ate that meal and that's it. You know,
And you
once
must
a
have
year-
exercised too, because to eat all the potatoes and the bottom of the gravy.
I did. I did miss a couple workouts this week, but when I did work out, I worked out
Extra hard.
hard.
Oh, good for you. Let's see how you did. Last week you weighed in at 247.8. Tonight, yep, you lost some. 246.2. You lost a total of 1.6 pounds. Total weight loss is 4.2. Good for you. The toughest week and you lost the most. Good for you. Nice job. Our next contestant, last but not least, certainly one of our most favorite people here tonight is Steve. How'd you do at Thanksgiving, Steve?
Awesome.
Awesome. What were your strategies? Eat everything you can or eat nothing that you wanted to and just had protein and a little
I
spinach?
just ate a little bit of everything. I didn't eat much at all.
No? And
I
how'd
don't
you...
really like turkey. I had ham. My mother-in-law brought ham, so I like ham.
So you
Well,
tried...
my wife, I'm sorry, darling, did a great job cooking the turkey.
She did. Everything was great.
Everything was good.
You got your hair cut. You got it going on, Steve,
Yeah,
huh? Is that what?
that's right.
Let's see how you did.
I'm getting
Wanna
a little
see?
nervous, though, you know.
Why?
Well, you know, everyone wants some six-packs. You know, I'm losing my cake.
Yeah, you got it. It's a beer ball now. It's a beer ball. Remember beer ball, Steve? Last week you weighed in at 367.2. You're right. You did well this week. 363.2. You lost 4 pounds. 42.2. 42.4 pounds. You did great. What are you doing? You're doing wonderful for Thanksgiving.
I know,
You
but,
are.
but
You are.
Cheryl's still gonna win. So
Cheryl,
somebody out there, if somebody out there could kidnap her before Thursday,
Would you pay? Would you get
Yeah,
a beer ball? Like,
I'll give them the
wait, we're nervous when you go in your pockets here, viewers. We never know what to expect with
yes,
Steve.
please, somebody find Cheryl and don't let her make it to the Thursday read.
He's kidding. Cheryl's doing phenomenal. As are you, though, Steve. You've really been
They
doing
all
a
are.
great
They're all
job.
doing great.
You're doing
It's
a great
fun to
job.
do.
Yep, it's fun. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yep. Good job, dearie. Okay, viewers, the moment we've all been waiting for tonight. Totally, the group has lost 21 pounds this week, which is phenomenal considering it's been Thanksgiving. Altogether, the group has lost 193 pounds and 4 ounces. Yay for you is right. But tonight, I'm very pleased with the results of tonight. Someone very special has won it tonight with the total weight loss, body mass weight loss of 2.97 is Christy. Christy, good job. All right, Christy. Steve, get out of there. Christy, congratulations. You knew it. You had felt good. You just felt good. And what do you have to say to the viewers? Just
you know, every week you have to take it 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, and you know, your weight does funny things from one day to another, so you can't get too caught up in just the number on the scale, but you just keep plugging away at it, and eventually, you know, you see the results.
That's great, Christy. Thanksgiving and all, she lost over 7 pounds. That's wonderful, Christy. Good for you.
Thank you.
Thanks again. Good job.
Hi, this is Corinne, and I'd like to say that with Thanksgiving being last Thursday, that they did really, really well. We had some really good weight losses. We had a lot of really good effort at the challenge group workouts this week, really good attendance. Everyone worked really, really hard. They're doing phenomenal with the workouts, and I'm very proud with how everything's coming together.
I don't feel sad that it's over. You know, it's fun. I met a lot of nice people.
A little stress going into the live weigh-in. I'm hoping for a big week next week. I'll be a lot more strict in my diet. Probably work out a little bit extra. But I'm hoping for a good weight loss and not another gain.
The live weigh-in scares me because it's, you know, a weigh-in right after Thanksgiving, and I've been struggling with making and staying with the correct food choices, and I think that Thanksgiving is going to be even more challenging for me. But where, you know, I've only got like a week and a couple days left, I'm going to really try to pull it together for that time and finish strong, and I can only do the best and try the best that I can.
I'm going to feel awesome walking into the weigh-in next week because I think I'm right up there in the weight loss. So I can't wait, and my family will be there again with me, and that's what this was all about.
Walking into the live weigh-in, I feel really good. I know that I've lost weight. I've done the best I could. I look good. I think I look good. So I'm really, really excited, and I can't wait to see who does it, who wins, and how I do in the challenge itself.
I think I'm good. I'm satisfied with what I've done. So, and we get another week and a half. So I'm gonna do even better. And you know, maybe I'll even reach 30 pounds. That would be good if I could reach 30 pounds.
How many bleeps can you use? I feel okay, but I'm not going to win. I hope at least to lose the most weight since I was the fattest guy, but I feel good going into it. I think I'll come in top 3 maybe. The other girls, but these guys are really kicked some butt out there. They've done a great job, and to lose as much as they did, I respect them, and I really would like to break their chops a little bit, but you know, I am happy to hear them all. They did a great job, and I feel good for myself.
This challenge has gone really, really well. We've had some really significant weight loss percentages. We have actually a new record. So far this challenge, we have someone who's over 20% percentage of body weight loss, which is really, really unbelievable. And as a whole, I think the group has done really, really well. They've been really dedicated, coming in, showing up, giving really good effort. They've really been a joy to do this challenge with them. I also noticed that with this particular challenge that each individual has had really significant fitness gains. They're able to do things now that they were not able to do in the beginning. And it's quite the change from when they very first started and they can't even hold themselves up in a push-up position to now that they're doing full push-ups. And you know, they couldn't come out of the seat in the bike doing spin class, and now they're up in third and they're doing almost a full song up in third, which is actually really hard. It's a tough position. It's a lot of takes a lot of leg strength to actually do that. So this challenge in particular, I've noticed that, you know, the strength gains have been really, really great, and as well as having the really good results with the weight loss. My tip of this week is we are approaching the holiday season and everyone has New Year's resolutions that they want to start. This is a really big season for people wanting to get fit, hiring trainers. My biggest tip is to make sure that your trainer is certified nationally. Check for the certification, check to make sure that it's current, that they have insurance and that their insurance is current. Even the big gyms, you need to really keep up on that. So that's my tip for this week. Your safety is in their hands, pretty much.
Okay, viewers, thank you for watching Losing It. This is week 9. Stay tuned. Next is the season finale of Losing It, so stay right there. We'll be right back.
The more I lose, the more I win. I'm working hard. Teamwork, faith, self-belief, that's my winning card. When you feel like giving up, remember what I say. One foot after the other, today's another winning day. The more I lose, the more I win. I'm working hard. Teamwork, faith, self-belief, that's my winning card. When you feel like giving up, remember what I say. One foot after the other,